If you believe your spouse is cheating on you, or even worse, out to get you, then you need to see this. My wife is trying to kill me. I know this sounds crazy, but I cannot ignore the signs anymore. My wife, Sarah, has been inexplicably changing her behavior for a few weeks now. Why would she want to kill me? It's not very complicated. I've been working as a head designer for a major brand for 5 years now, and I've amassed a small fortune. I've always loved Sarah deeply, so I recently decided to take out a life insurance policy and named her as the sole beneficiary. Like the fool in love that I was, one day I stumbled across her laptop on. The screen was full of searches for how do I make my insurance work in the event of an accident? What circumstances disqualify the insured? I didn't have time to see any more because on the way back from the kitchen she saw me looking at her laptop and she pounced on it to close it. All this with an innocent smile. The next day I tried to look at it again in her absence to see her search history, but everything had been erased. That same week, while looking for a screwdriver in an old cupboard, I came across a bag full of new medicines for exotic diseases that none of us had. After a bit of research, I discovered that their mixture could prove fatal. Finally, one morning, I decided to check whether she was really going to work early as she claimed, and I discovered that, in reality, she was on a date with another man. And so it went on, day after day, week after week. I admit, I may have exaggerated, but she didn't deserve any better. I knew that Sarah always had a glass of wine on Friday afternoon, her day off. This morning, I added a lethal undetectable toxin to the bottle of white wine in the fridge. I planned to get home just in time to see her lying on the floor. As I stepped through the doorway, I was surprised to see that no lights were on in the house, and the light switch wasn't working. I prepared to defend myself, then suddenly the light dazzled my eyes and a dozen people shouted happy birthday. Sarah ran up to me with tickets in hand. It's taken me weeks to get everything ready, but hold on tight, we're going on a 3-week trip to Asia just like you've always dreamed. I was stunned. And don't worry, I've taken care of everything. Insurance, I've stocked up on meds, and we'll even have a guide, a great guy. As I realized that it had all been a nightmare, an illusion, I noticed with horror that for the occasion, a bottle of wine had been opened, and that it was almost empty. You'll have to excuse us, we didn't wait for you to down it, shouted my best friend as he saw me staring at the bottle. No, in fact, I think I'll have a drink too.